Well, welcome back, everyone. We are watching another VeggieTales movie. This is The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything from 2008, which is, I guess, kind of a follow-up to Jonah, because that had The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, and so does this. And I mean, they're both VeggieTales movies, but I don't know how much this, continues the story of Jonah.
It does not. We already talked about this.
We've kind of talked about it before, but Michael, you've never seen this.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie. The only connection I have to this one is that years ago when I first met Zach, he reviewed my channel and he used one of the songs in this movie as my theme song for the review. I don't know why, he just did. It kind of fit. It was the Yo Ho Heroes, I think was the name of the song. I was out of VeggieTales at that age. I
think I was out of it too, but I still watched the movie when it came out. Not in theaters. I waited till it was on DVD, but
right.
I did see it. I did rent it when it came out.
Yeah, curiosity never really got the best of me with this one, just because I'm sure the other, we even said something like this during the Jonah recording. I'm sure I know and I'm sure that there's plenty of cameos from the other characters, but another reason I didn't watch it, even out of curiosity, I was just under the impression that it's three good of the best characters, but it's also just those three characters. And I don't know, I always kind of had an issue with movies that did that, where they cut a majority of the cast out. I've never really been a fan of that. I don't know, there's probably exceptions to that, but
I'm not sure if that's true though, because I think there are other characters in this.
I mean, I don't think there are a lot of other characters from VeggieTales. I think they introduce a lot of new vegetables in this one that are not part of the usual staple.
Yeah.
A new line of vegetables.
Yeah.
Just recently released.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. Where have you seen this?
Netflix had it for a while at some point.
Okay.
That's it.
Chris, I assume you haven't, since you...
I have not seen it.
Netflix had it and I decided to watch it. That's it.
I also know it's a movie for heathens.
Oh, okay.
It does subtract the Christian angle. Alright, well, that's sort of our history with this one. I've seen it once and didn't really like it. Let's watch the movie. I don't have anything else to say about it.
Arr, arr, arr. We are the pirates who don't do anything. We just stay at home and lie around. And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything. But I've never been to Greenland, and I've never been to Denver, and I've never buried treasure in St. Louis or St. Paul, and I've never been to Moscow, and I've never been to Tampa, and I've never been to Boston in the fall. Back to the sea, dog!
That guy's dead.
Hello?
He has a body.
What is this design?
He's got a bud.
I don't like it.
It is a little creepy.
Take him aboard the stub! And be sure to bring the princess as well.
She's not here. She stayed behind in Monteria.
What is this lore?
It's lore. What do you want?
I don't. The exact opposite.
We see, Chris, this is just like in the Bible.
You know, Disney makes all these live action remakes. Wouldn't it be cool if they made a Treasure Planet live action remake and made it actually good?
It would be great if any of their live action remakes were actually good.
Alright, well there's Larry and not Larry, Lenny, and what's the other one's name?
Jimmy and Jerry.
Jimmy and Jerry, Jesus.
And Petunia.
And Petunia. And also that woman is in the show sometimes.
Okay.
She's pretty much always Lunt's love interest, but she barely ever does anything. Oh, hey, Margrape. That is absolutely not Tom and Rosie.
No match for me!
Already has more lines than he did in Jonah.
Hey, cabin boy! Refill!
Coming.
Why is everyone here assholes?
Because it's America.
I guess it is America.
Matt, I don't appreciate you being right.
The call is coming.
From inside the house.
Bow down to the bunny and you've got the role.
They're okay with that in this one. It's not Christian.
We take this opportunity to do what we've always wanted to do.
Nothing.
Hold on. Okay, so why is this the pirates that don't do anything if they're gonna actively go and do something?
It's kind of nice to be called a hero. Sure beats loser.
Shut up, loser.
Mean. I wish everybody would just stop being mean to Pa Grape now.
Start being mean to Larry instead. He's asking for it.
No!
Man, never since One Piece have there been such an epic.
See, those guys really are the pirates who don't do anything. They got like 500 episodes of filler.
Oh, more than that. Way more than that.
You guys got TiVo?
No, I don't even have that shit, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
No, TiVo. It's the recording thing with the TV thing in the future.
No, you say that to a kid now, they'll give you the same damn look.
Yeah.
But does he know that they're in the past now? Like, they've never established that they've
That is
traveled
a
back in
good
time.
point.
Like, they just thought they were in the middle of the ocean. No one knows that time travel has happened yet.
Does anyone know where the bathroom is?
I don't want to think about the VeggieTales having to use the bathroom.
What do they piss? Do they piss?
Right? They pitch vegetable juice.
Does it smell like asparagus?
Oh my god, it would.
I will say this is like, so far the only thing we've watched that I didn't grow up with, so I definitely have a huge bias with but I just kind of think this one's really boring so far. But,
Yeah.
like, it's not bad, it's just like an average kid's movie.
I don't know about that. I feel like it's a little below that.
I don't know.
It feels disconnected from VeggieTales, honestly. Like, if you replace all the characters with, like, humans...
You wouldn't really be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, like, the voices are really the only thing that are making it feel like VeggieTales to me.
I feel like, honestly, if I showed Milo this, he would not give a shit.
Alright, that guy's dead.
Hey Matt, are you ever gonna do the VeggieTales body count?
VeggieTales doesn't have quite the body count Jimmy Neutron does.
How many people died from Jericho falling down? Because we only saw 2 P's make it out of that alive.
That's a whole ass civilization, dude.
I don't have to go to the bathroom no more.
He pissed himself. But
Which
it
means
was
he just
okay.
pissed the boat.
I also think the Jonah movie, like, this movie has better textures than the Jonah movie just because, like, the years of advancement in technology. But I think the Jonah movie did better with, like, backgrounds and whatnot. They did a lot of 2D illustrations for the backgrounds and blended them in nicely. Like, I think Jonah looked nicer than this.
I think there is some stuff that's better, like the water clearly looks better in this movie.
Well, it's gotta.
Yeah,
They're on
yeah.
the water most of the time.
But they're on the water most of the time in Jonah, too.
I guess.
Like, I got absolutely triggered because I'm so used to people talk. Like, in the weird 2008 era, people used to talk mad shit about water in video games, so I was all like, no, please, let's not go here.
7 out of 10, not enough water.
You know this video game was good because look at the water texture. Yeah, but that tree looks like shit. But the water, though.
Water should just be the like straight color blue, just like no textures, no shading, just a pond of blue that doesn't move at all.
I like water. I think more people should drink water. Stay hydrated, kids.
No, I am drinking beer.
I've considered drinking water, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
And there's Scooter, okay. I guess they did have a few VeggieTales characters in here.
Yeah, I've been okay with their inclusion of the other characters so far, honestly. I just don't... It definitely feels like a different... It feels like a different writing team, I guess. It feels like a different product.
Yeah.
But all the voices are still there. I mean, I can appreciate that.
Jonah feels like if VeggieTales made their own movie, and this feels like VeggieTales as a studio movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's exactly what it is. That's why it's like that. But you can tell. Although it was written by Phil Vischer, which is weird.
Yeah.
Well, we took an 18-gun sloop and 20,000 pieces of it.
Aye, but did you show no mercy?
Not a bit.
Were you cruel and unusual?
The cruelest.
Well, me hearties, that was a fine day.
They killed people.
Yo ho heroes, flighty as a bird, easy is the word. Yo, I'm seeing no heroes.
Yeah, this is the song that Zach used.
I like this song.
Yeah, it's fine. It's catchy.
It's a fine song. It's just weird that like no one in the movie is singing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there.
It was probably the most enjoyable scene so far, though. I don't know, it's just kind of... It's very dialogue heavy, and I'm not really into the dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's an easy target, you know?
I think that might be, like, the main problem with it, is that there's a lot of dialogue, and the dialogue's not that good.
Copyright Robert the Terrible. All rights reserved.
Okay.
Alright, that one was funny.
Yeah.
That was like a little bit of the quirkiness that VeggieTales would have, yeah. Even if you take your time, that's only gonna last you a few days.
I mean, you'll die probably.
They're also, like, on the floor of a cave.
Also, those have got to be some moist-ass, like, cheese curls.
But let's assume, like, best case scenario, something magical is keeping them perfectly pure, and they're gonna taste good and great. Why are you basing your entire life on a pile of cheese curls?
Right?
That's the only thing you're gonna enjoy. Cheese curls are fine, I like cheese curls, but that's the only pleasure you're gonna get out of life now.
It's because he's afraid of what his life has become. Poor cost-benefit analysis skills. Oh shit, it's a lie.
Oh, okay. Alright,
It's a
I
fucking
don't like that.
nematode.
They eat Mr. Alive, he's not in the rest of the movie.
Don't you want to go home? Don't you want to see
No.
your kids?
Nah, fuck them kids.
Sure, I want to see my kids, but not really.
No, this does seem like Jimmy Neutron right now. Just with their faces. That kind of reminds me of, like, something you would see in old Jimmy Neutron.
See, this is like they're vegetables that eat food, but now like the other foods are evolving to be alive too.
Yeah.
Like they're like a lesser food life form. They don't have like sentience yet, but they're alive.
Oh, ew.
The other vegetables decide that, okay, well, they're not developed, so it's okay for us to kill and eat them. And then it's a metaphor and commentary on people. It's God.
Shut the fuck up, Michael.
Not in this one. It's not God. It's just a normal light.
Allah?
The totally normal secular light.
That'd be funny if, like, they doubled down on another religion for this movie.
Yeah, no, Phil Fisher just went through a change.
Yeah, this is the whole Scientology.
Oh yeah, there's a Scientology. If you've been paying attention, there's been a lot of nods to Scientology in this.
No, this is accurate. The Scientologists believe that one day the cheese curls will consume us all and rule the world.
Why is this guy still in the movie? You have not done enough with him for me to give a shit when you cut back to him.
But his pouty haircut.
He's heroic. Because he's got those two hair flaps at the top of his head.
That means that he has protagonist energy.
That means he looks like Pro Jared.
I'd give my own life before I tell you.
But would you give your sisters?
Yeah, no, I don't like her that much. She can go.
Yeah, she called me smelly once, so,
Oh, Father.
I really thought he was about to say, "Ah, fuck."
I know! Me too! Then the giant rock people are like, these guys are hilarious, they should have their own show, but a show that involves our Christian values.
I think those rock creatures are a pretty cool design.
I mean,
They're pretty chill.
I don't know. There's something about them that just they feel like they don't belong in a VeggieTales movie, really. Maybe if they had done like a better job of justifying them being here, but like I don't know, they feel wrong. They feel out of place.
Matt, what do you think would be a good Bible story for them to do if they did Pirates Who Don't Do Anything? Either a Bible story or Christian message that they could have mixed in with this.
I mean, I feel like the obvious pick would be to do something about like, you know, laziness. About like, oh, well, but God wants us to be good workers or something.
Hey, look, Larry's doing something.
Hooray.
But he's the pirate who doesn't do anything.
No, he's dead now.
Whoa!
You know, it'd be amazing
Like
if this
Mario
movie
Kart.
ended with Larry kissing a chipmunk. It'd be amazing if the movie ended with them going to Boston in the falls.
What's the name of that fear of, like, animatronics in the water?
Submechanophobia.
Submechanophobia. Yeah. This is gonna set off some submechanophobia.
I watched, like, dozens of submechanophobia videos. Like, at one point I was like, oh man, this is making me so uncomfortable. I hate this. Why have I watched, like, 3 hours worth of content for this?
These games are always rigged. Yeah, see? Always rigged.
Yeah, the claw machines legitimately
I'm good
are
with
rigged.
them.
They just, like, blatantly let go of the object.
Say goodbye to the princess.
Goodbye, princess.
Is Bob in this movie, Matt?
He is.
I'm waiting for Bob.
It's King Bob.
I sentence you all to death for cutting God from the movie.
That shot there doesn't work because they don't have arms. You couldn't tell that he was grabbing onto her.
It's God.
It's Super Jesus.
Pirate God.
Luffy?
It's Jesus if he never died on the cross.
This is what he would have become. It's an alternate timeline.
Peter didn't betray him.
So is this the time? Hello? Michael, can we rewind that? What did you say? Who betrayed him?
Peter.
Griffin?
Michael, you know it was Judas that betrayed you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why did I say okay, you're right, I'm sorry. I feel really stupid right now.
I mean, no.
Oh, I heard what you said, Chris. You said you should, and then no.
You know what? I remember this ending now, and it's fucking stupid. It's so tacked on. It's so pointless.
Everyone died.
Oh, is he fucking...
Yeah, the bad guy follows them back to the present.
So
and they have a fight in the present.
Because all these characters have to know that they're good guys too now.
I think it would be funny if he came into the present and just started trying to kill people and they just fucking call the police on him.
Oh no, he thinks Sir Frederick is mean.
Why?
That's racist.
That's wrong.
It's the opposite of racist, I think. That's like being so race blind you can't tell that he's a different shape and different color.
I don't see color.
Or shape. I don't see. I'm actually blind.
I'm Blindbeard the Pirate.
Bob wasn't in that.
Well, hold on. It's not over.
Hold on, we're not quite done.
Why?
Rock Monster!
What the fuck is... What a fucking stretch. That wasn't even that big of a part of the movie.
Somebody thought this was funny as fuck.
All right, that's a wrap.
Fuck you.
See, he was in the movie.
Yeah, no, that made it worse. That made it way worse.
That last scene legitimately made it worse.
Literally everybody in this call hates this movie more than I do.
It's okay.
I have no...
I think I hated it less than Michael and Chris, maybe.
Okay, see, I don't hate it. I just hate the ending.
I didn't even hate it. I think most of it's just an average kids movie, but that last scene, yeah, no.
No, that last scene is a personal fuck you. The movie isn't bad. I just think it's boring,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's where I'm at.
What is it?
I think it's
What is
boring.
it about the rock monster that bothers you so much? Show me where the rock monster hurt you.
It's...
Oh, it's not even the rock monster that hurt me. It's that they fucking gave me Bob at the worst time.
Yeah, no, a Bob cameo was bullshit.
No, rock monster is not the issue. That's the thing. It's like, none of that is the problem. It's just fucking the Bob thing. They didn't need it to be fucking Bob.
I have a problem with Rock Monster too, because it's such a... Why? Why did they include that?
Because, you know, in the writing, somebody's like, wouldn't it be funny if we had that as a song? Like, there's no way in fuck you didn't think that, like... I mean, you probably... I didn't think it would happen, but, like, when they did it, it makes so much goddamn sense.
Are the Rock Monsters in there because they wanted to sing Rock Lobster at the end, but they had to make it a parody?
No, I think that it just
No.
happened. Like, I think somebody pitched Rock Monsters, and some high-ass guy was like, hell yeah, that sounds like Rock Lobster, let's do it.
I think some incredibly lame, sober Christian person was like, oh, we should do a parody of Rock Lobster and make it Rock Monster.
No, I don't think they're sober. I think they're partaking in the burning bush, my guy.
As a whole, it's nothing offensive. It's a fine kids movie. It's not something I really. I'm glad I watched it for this because I like recording stuff with you guys. Like it's fun. That part's always going to be fun. But in terms, if I watched this without you guys being here, I would have turned it off. Like there's just nothing.
I wouldn't.
There's just nothing for me here.
I feel like as a person that has a kid, I don't think my kid would even enjoy this.
Yeah.
Like I don't see anything because like I know that you guys are like, oh, it's not dated, but like there's a point where like we have to remember that we are not the age of the modern kid, so therefore there's a lot of shit that just does not exist for them.
Right.
And a lot of the stuff they reference here just, and that's not what matters, but I just feel like it's just so boring is the real issue. Is that like just not enough happens.
Sometimes I remember I'm an adult and it gets to me.
Yeah, I'm forced to remember I'm an adult because every minute I am. It's just forced.
Anyway, I don't really have any particularly strong negative feelings about this, but I don't have any particularly strong positive feelings about this either. I am going to go lie down because I am tired.
Okay. There is nothing wrong with liking this movie, and there's nothing wrong with being indifferent to it either. Most of my reactions came from wanting to give like a funny commentary on this. Like it's just a very average kids movie. That's all I can say. Like I didn't even feel like there was much to make fun of. I think most of our jokes came from something that like wasn't even that relevant to the movie.
Yeah, I feel like this is a little under average of a kids movie. I feel like we give kids movie not a lot of credit. I feel like this is like one of those bargain bin kids movies.
I honestly, I disagree a little. I think this is perfectly average. I think it is a kids movie that is doing nothing exceptional, but it's also a kids movie that isn't doing that much like wrong.
Right. That's why I say average. There's not a single scene in this movie where I'm like, oh fuck off. I mean Rock Monster. I said fuck off, but I said fuck off to that because it's like. It's fine if you like that part. I mean, honest to God, that was like, at least that part got a reaction out of me.
The only reason why I say this is because, like, I spend 90% of my day checking out kids' movies, and I feel like, because once again, I have to deal with them, I have a kid. So, like, I don't know, I feel like this is not something that a kid would like, and, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Especially not if they're, like, a VeggieTales fan. I think any kid who liked the VeggieTales would be kind of confused by this.
Because I feel like a lot of people, like, and I've said this with Michael even before I had a kid, but now I have a kid, I definitely feel like a lot of people go, oh, well, it's a kid's movie. No, fuck it. It is definitely a kid's movie. It's made for kids, but it's not the quality that, like, I would put my kid towards, right? Like, so it feels like it's more of, like, a bargain bin kids movie that, like...
Yeah, like, I at the end of the day, I would definitely agree that saying, oh, it's a kid's movie is an excuse. What I'll say about VeggieTales, it's not like if like I had a kid who wanted to watch it, I wouldn't like have an issue with putting it on for them. Where there are some kids movies where if they wanted to watch something, I might push them in a different direction. Like not that this would ever happen in the fucking modern day. At least I don't think it would. But if I had a kid, like if there was a kid who wanted to watch fucking Garbage Pail Kids, I'm probably gonna try to push them in a different. They're like, how about this? We don't really have that movie. How about this movie?
My point isn't that I'm saying that, like, I wouldn't let Milo watch it. It's just my point is I don't think he would. I think he'd get bored way too quickly. And I think that that's the thing is that, like, it's a movie that's made for kids that I don't think have kids in mind, especially since I feel like I could show Milo VeggieTales and he would enjoy it. I could show him the Jonah movie and he'll probably enjoy it. This is one where I can't say that he would, and I think that that's just the problem is that the quality for me is not there that VeggieTales already has exuded.
I think the reason I call it average kid, and I think that's more than fair. I say average kids movie just because off the very basic fact that I don't think there's anything horrible in it either. That's really it. Like I hear you. But the thing is, I think you want to show your kids something better than average, right? The thing that's so sad about it with this movie is we commented on it while watching it. There's little moments of where like the original show they kind of sticks out a little bit, where like they make a comment that's like, oh, that is something these characters would say. I like to see where Papa Grape is talking about how he wants to be worth being looked up to by his kids. Like I think that's like even kind of a relatable thing for a lot of people where they're like worried about how their family perceives them. I think that there's a less cynical way you can go about it because at the end of the day, yeah, his family is they're not really great people by the end of it. They did legitimately, like, not respect him until he did that, but I like the sentiment.
I mean, I think you guys pretty much nailed it. I think, like, occasionally it can pull out a joke. The people making this are still funny people.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're trying way too hard to make something that no one really wanted. You know, no one wanted a more clean, sanitized, straightforward VeggieTales movie. Right? This is... like, it's too...
weirdly enough, sterile.
Yeah, no, it doesn't... like, it's trying to appeal to too broad of an audience, and as a result, really doesn't appeal to anyone.
Okay.
And I think my point on this one is that, like, I'm a person that is pretty spiritual, so, and I think that's the thing that's weird about it, is VeggieTales being that way doesn't affect my viewing of it. So it's weird that they just didn't keep it. You know? Like, I don't think anyone was mad at VeggieTales for being religious.
Well, why would they want to adapt something like that? Like they saw VeggieTales as something worth adapting into a movie, but they thought like, oh, it can't be Christian because people don't like Christian property, or it excludes too many people. But you wanted to adapt it.
Right? Yeah.
So
like,
it doesn't.
It kind of just betrays itself.
Look, if you wanted to make a fucking Pirates movie, you didn't have to bring the VeggieTales into it. Honestly, I mean, fucking Universal did. Universal. I mean, it was an Aardman production, but Universal distributed it here in America. But they had that like stop motion Pirates movie, and I remember actually really liking that movie.
I heard good things about it. I think Schaefer Ellis put it at like the top of his like. One of his lists. Was it the Sony list?
Wait, was it the Sony list? I thought it was DreamWorks. I really thought it was a DreamWorks. But you might be right. It might have been Sony that distributed that one. I forget.
Anyways, point still standing. I think the movie isn't terrible, but I just don't think a kid today would like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing like... I hear where Mitzi's coming from. I understand why you would watch that and not have any, like, major issues with it.
This probably is the worst thing we've done for Matt and the gang so far.
I would say, oh yeah. I mean, because you actually show him pretty good... I love the Power Hours. I love the Jimmy Neutron movie's charming as hell. I honestly got on a rewatch. Jonah was, like, a better than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I remember thinking, like, oh, I grew up with this, so I liked it, but it's probably worse than the show. I think the Jonah movie is, like, solid. I think it's really solid.
I think it's good. I have no bias towards VeggieTales, but I think it's good.
Yeah, no, I thought Jonah was significantly better than this film.
Well, I mean, at least Jonah, like, I think the thing that's really weird about this one is that, like, they tried to have, like, a lesson at the end of this movie, right?
A little.
Like, no, there was a whole speech that the dad gave, or the king, or whatever, about, like, whatever shit, and I'm like, cool, you could have just... Like, you could have Teen Titans Go'd this one and not had a message. You could have been fucking weird about it.
To be fair, the end of Teen Titans Go to the movies is really funny.
Alright, well, thank you for joining me for Pirates of the Caribbean, pirates who do the adventure of the Caribbean. A triple X parody. We'll see you next time.